Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following confession that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a message that I received. Thank you very much for hanging out with us on this Saturday morning. Are you at work or you are at home? You can tell us in the comment section. Also, please like the video as well. The message, it reads like this. Brother Nashi, I tried calling you since 9 January of this year to give you this confession till I found your Facebook page. Sorry if this is too long. I'm just crying and my hands are shaking. My name is Lerato. I am a woman that is aged 24 years old. I used to work at Cotton On. I just changed the name of the shop where I was working to Cotton On because I'm scared of getting known in Central City just after COVID. Things were hard at home. I'll change my location and say that I am from Tembisa. My mom was sick and no one was working, and life was very difficult. As for my baby daddy, as for him, he was someone that was also unemployed. He would even come to my house so that I can give him some food, and it was just difficult. That was when I met him. Jabu, aged 61 years old. He is a multi-millionaire and he's very charming for his age. He has no kids. He has never had a wife in his life. I don't know if he was telling us the truth. He told me that he is a polygamist and he wants 5 wives. He promised us heaven, separate suites in his Centon penthouse, our own cars, and a life of VVIP clubs. And when I met him, I had gone to visit this other cousin of mine who had promised me that she was going to give me 300 rands, which I was supposed to give her at the end of the month. I said that I will just buy a 12.5, a 2-liter bottle of cooking oil, then the rest I'll see what else we can do by buying cabbage, tomatoes, and then we can survive just for a couple of days. So when I went to the mall, as I was walking towards the taxi rank with the money that I had been given, that was when he said to me, "Hey girl, I see that you are carrying this 12.5. It seems as if it is heavy for you. Can I carry it for you?" And then we were walking from Pick and Pay as we were headed outside of the mall. As we were talking, he asked me where my car was, and I laughed at him and I said, "No car, I don't have a car. I'm going to catch a taxi and return back to Tembisa." And he was like, "Oh, how about I drop you off in Tembisa?" I said, "Okay, it's fine." I had already seen that this man has money. At that time, to tell you the truth, I was willing to do anything. Even if he was going to say that he would sleep with me for money, I would charge him at least 1,000 so that I can be able to buy some groceries that will sustain us even for 1 month. So we walked towards his car and he was driving a very beautiful car. That was when he was driving. He proposed love to me and he said that he wanted me. And I said, "Okay, if you are a good man, there is no problem." He then convinced me to move in with him after I had showed him the problems that I was having in my life. No food at home. No one was employed at our house. And he said, "It's fine. It's perfect. As long as you are not a bad girl. I don't want a woman with a lot of attitude. I can do anything for you." We even went and we bought some groceries. My mom was so happy. She was even able to wake up and start walking. And I realized that some of us poor people, we lose our parents because they are stressed out. My mom was healed from that time. When I returned back home with groceries that I had bought, we were able to fill up the fridge, even bought some alcohol for my brother, who was very thankful and grateful. I then moved in with this guy. When I moved in with him, I met the other 4 girls. There was Tandi, 29, a former air hostess who had lost her job during COVID. There was Nom, 34, who has 3 kids and was struggling. Precious, at 26, an influencer. A slay queen, the baddie, whose life was fake on IG before she had met Jabu. And then Level, the last one, who was age 25, who just enjoyed to be around other people talking, very talkative, and she always had dreams of seeing the world. And with her boyfriend, she saw that she will never ever even leave Gauteng province until she met Jabu. We were like a family. Every weekend, we will go out with our blessers, Mercedes Benz, Vitom, VVIP sections, drinking your bottles of Ace and Spades. It was so beautiful. I felt like a queen. All of us, we felt like princesses. In the first 6 months, I went on my first vacation to Mauritius, and I even sent my mom 26K for the first time in my life. I thought that God had finally smiled at me, but Brother Nashi, the devil does not give you anything for free. I should have known that this relationship that I had gotten myself involved in, there was something that was going to happen. On my third month, I started noticing things. One evening around 6:30 p.m., I was standing by my balcony just looking at the sunset. That was when I saw it. I had the habit of going and sit by my balcony because all of us, we had our own separate suites and everyone had their own balcony, and I would go outside, just chill whilst watching the cars driving by, just drinking some nice wine or just eating some grapes. This was like top of the range soft life that I was just enjoying, and I would be posting pictures on Instagram, just enjoying life, even though I'm not someone that likes to be on social media that much. That was when I saw something that I had never seen in my entire life. It was a small man, very dark. This little man had no legs. He was rolling on the ground like a worm, moving towards the refuse bin that were close to the gate. I froze when I saw this little man that was rolling on the ground. I felt paralysis holding my body. I could not even move. I could not even get up, even though I was really scared. This thing kept on crawling and rolling on the ground until it reached the part where the refuse bins were and pulled out a blue plastic bag from Checkers and Bronash. That was my bag. The previous night, I had wrapped my used pads in that Checkers plastic bag, and then I went and I dumped it into the refuse bin. That thing, the tokoloshi, rolled behind a big elephant ear plant that was in the garden close by the refuse bins. I watched it starting to chew on my pads, looking around. As soon as it started eating, I felt a sharp pain burning in my uterus, like someone was cutting me with a razor from the inside. I almost fainted. The next day, I sat the other girls down and I told them, and I said, girls, there is a tokoloshi in this house that is eating our blood. That is what I told them. I expected them to be shocked, but they just looked at me and they laughed. Tandi was like, Lerato, don't be a child. Stop being dramatic as if you are a little baby. Lerato, don't be a child, she said. As long as Jabu is paying the bills and we are driving Mercedes, who cares about a small tokoloshi in the garden? Just don't look out of the balcony at your 6:30 p.m. time. Just go inside. Why are you always sitting by the balcony at night? Didn't you tell you that you're not supposed to be sitting by the balcony at night, and you keep on going and sitting there by the balcony after sunset? Yes, indeed, Jabu had told me that he does not like people that sit outside after the sun would have gone down. And his reason was like, I don't want any of my queens to be shot. You know, it is very dangerous. Someone might be an enemy of mine and then they drive by and they shoot you, especially you, Lerato, because as for my suit, it was facing the highway, even though we were in the estates. So I would be watching the cars that will be driving at the road. So I just thought that maybe it makes sense. As for Norm, even said that my kids are in private schools because of Jabu. If a tokoloshi wants to eat my pads, let it eat my pad as long as the money is in my bank. I realized then that I was the only one who was scared of this tokoloshi. As for these women, they traded their dignity for the VVIP life, but for me, the pain in my stomach was getting worse the time that I would see a Tokoloshi in my dreams. So, Brother Nashi, I could not take it anymore. The pain in my womb, it was getting worse and worse each and every time. And Jabu would always take me to a private doctor, and I would be given some Ritualist that I was taking so that I won't have pain whenever I was on my period. And I kept on having these dreams, and I just thought that maybe they were hallucinations that I was having. In early 2024, I packed my bags and ran back to Tembisa. I told Jabu that I'm done, but now life in Tembisa is hitting me really hard. I'm broke, guys. My mom is sick again and she has some ulcers and she needs to eat some special food like your soft life type of a food. She can't be surviving on pap and all of this cheap meat that I have been buying since right now, the kind of job that I'm doing. I don't work every day. I just work as a casual person and I'm not getting a lot of money. So it's more like I'm just broke and I am unemployed and I can't afford to buy the food that my mom is supposed to be given when she is hungry, because whenever she is hungry, my mom says that in her stomach, she feels so much heat as if there is something that is burning her. So we were told at the hospital that it is because of those ulcers. She is supposed to check her diet. How can you check your diet when you are struggling? My mom is sick and I think it is because of stress. My mom, she does not know that Jabu has other girlfriends. My mom is even angry at me and that is what is giving her stress. She was like, Lerato, you stress me. You don't want to get married. Jabu still speaks with my mom, but financially he has stopped helping my mom totally. And my mom, she is always stressed thinking that Jabu is just a good guy, but my mom does not know the things that I did. And she keeps asking me when am I going back to my husband, because she misses the money. I'm sitting here in a shack and my heart is in Santon. I miss the smell of that penthouse. I miss the VVIP clubs, the way that the people looked at us whenever we would go to the club as we stepped out of the Vito bus. Yesterday, I felt like God was laughing at me. I was scrolling on TikTok and then I saw Lewu's video. She is in Dubai right now with her mom. They are staying at the Atlantis, the Royal. Lewu looks so beautiful, glowing, and I know that it is Jabu who sponsored everything. She is living my dream, whilst I'm here struggling to buy even a loaf of bread. Bro Nash, I'm fighting with my emotions every hour. My mind is saying, Lerato, go back, just ignore the Tokoloshim. At least you'll be rich, girl. But my soul is screaming in fear. I feel so lonely and small. I wish that South Africa could change and we can all get jobs, so I won't have to return back to Santon. I look at my empty bank account, and when I look at Levo's Dubai videos, I want to cry, literally cry when I am in bed. I want to ask your followers, will I be called a bad person if I go back? Am I being too sensitive about the Tokoloshi? Because it seems like the other girls, they are totally fine. They take their moms on vacation. Why should I be the one to suffer in poverty whilst they are living the life? Please advise me, because yesterday I almost called Jabu to beg for my suit back. I feel like I'm losing my mind. It is better to be rich than for you to be poor. What does it benefit you to be called a holy person starving in Tembisa? If my mom dies, then it means that she dies, she is not returning back. Jabu has the means and the money to take my mom to the best doctors where she can be operated on. If there are any ulcers that must be removed from her stomach, I know that she can go to great length to get that done. He has money, but he said that as long as you are staying in Tembisa, I can't be giving you money. Your room is still there. You are supposed to return back home. I am tired of being this holy person, yet we are starving. Sorry for being long. I just had to let it out. Please read this, my brother. Maybe they can tell me what to do before I make a mistake. Amongst those women, the only one that I still speak with is Tande. She speaks with me. She always asks me if I am okay. Am I returning back home? And I say to her, I'll see, I'll come back. And she is saying that it is very boring since I left because I was the one that was bringing life into that house, always talking when people were sad. I would always cheer everyone around, always teaching them how to cook. So she was like, when are you going to return back home? But we have never spoken about that scary thing that I saw that was eating my pets. I don't want her to end up maybe giving some ideas to Jabu before I would have made my decision. If I keep on being broke, I'm telling you, I feel like walking to Santon so that I can return back to where I was. Money is really good. The few months that I stayed with Jabu, I was even getting notifications from my bank. They even wanted to borrow me a car. But right now, when I check my credit score, it is back to zero, but it was in the green the time that I was staying with him because every month we were all getting girlfriend allowance around 50k. So I always had money in my account. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Apologies for taking too long to post your confession. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. She is saying that she feels like walking back to Santon so that she can just speak with Jabu and she can stay at that place where she saw the Tokoloshi. Let us help her in the comment section.